Hey there, my Cryptopians. This here's Bulldog Rod, and over here to my left is Papa Ron. It's good to see you, brother.
Thanks, Rod.
I was thinking today we hadn't seen each other actually face to face in quite a while.
Well, we're gonna get more of that going just because of this platform we're going to talk about today.
Oh, that'll be good. As
Yeah,
long as it don't snow.
we're getting toward the
I
end
don't
of
do
that, I
good in the
think.
snow.
Well, folks, those of you out there that travel or like the travel industry or any of that
And
type of
that is a big booming industry. I think this year alone they went up, I don't know, 137%. Man, they've gone up like crazy.
I think it's one of the biggest industries out there, Rod, is
All
the
the, all
travel.
the, all the millennials are really starting to travel a lot. I took a cruise around Italy and over to Croatia, and anyway, it was a fun cruise. It was 14 days. It was a 2 week cruise,
Wow, I remember
and
you taking that.
oh God, it was so much fun. I did not want it to end. I did not
Yeah.
want it to end. It was beautiful, but my money ran out, so I had to.
Had to come home, huh? Yeah, I know. But what I was going to say is, any of you folks that are interested in travel, stick through this video because there's some pretty cool things about this project that are going on. And as I got thinking about travel, Rod, it just seems like, the internet is so handy anymore, and we all get on the internet and research everything, and there's companies out there that want to help us in our travel plans, like TripAdvisor or, oh, I'm sure there's several of them.
A hotel thing. I don't remember it either. What it's called.
But I think they're not only just overload. It's like if you try to look up restaurants in Salt Lake City, I mean, you'll have 200 of them pop up.
Yeah, which
And
one's good?
well, yeah, they're going to have the rating systems, but you don't know if they're legit. Just like TripAdvisor, they could be so biased on there because of the advertising dollars. So it's hard to get true, accurate representation of that place you're going. And that's what this platform tries to do. It's called Cool Cousin. And it's kind of like referring, I think, at least the interpretation I have of it is like, if you have your cousin in Rome, you're going to get a hold of your cousin and he'll say, yeah, here's the best hotel in town, or, don't come here without seeing this site. So
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the reference to the cousin part or not, but I like to think of that. So
good way to think of it.
what's that, Rod?
It's just a good way to think of it, and we'll show them how that really relates.
Yeah. This project actually started a couple years ago, and they raised a couple $1 million and got the project up and running without blockchain technology or any of the cryptocurrencies involved or tokens. But back then it was all kind of volunteer. These people would sign up as a cousin, they call themselves, and they would do like writings or reports. What's the word I'm looking for? A review
Review, yeah.
on a certain thing and post it on the platform. And so people going there could get a hold of that cousin nickname and say, hey, so anyway, that's how it kind of started. And then they got thinking about blockchain technology and how that could benefit their project. They definitely saw the benefits of being decentralized to stop with all the bias platforms that are out there and websites.
Sure, yeah.
And then they got to thinking, well, if we really want this thing to kick into high gear, I think we need to start rewarding those people that contribute to the site, that are regular people that provide intel on their local community or area.
Yeah.
So basically, so let me give you an example. Here's a website here. This is Cool Cousins, one of them, and you can kind of put in here the and right now, Rod, I think they have close to 100 cities represented. I don't know how many countries, several countries, and they have 1,000 I believe 1,000 or more, I read, cousins involved in reporting on their local areas.
Yep.
And they have 5,000, catch this, I think they have 5,000 in the wings wanting to be cousins.
Yeah.
And I think they said they're bringing on a new city every 3 or 4 days. I think I read that in the white paper. So
I wouldn't doubt it, you know.
Yeah,
I want to be one.
Really expect. Well, he's so funny. He tries to steer me in the way that the project needs to go. So, folks, Rod and I did sign up.
Yeah,
we signed up last night to be cousins in Utah. We were so impressed with this project. We says, "God, Rod, we could have a blast doing this."
Yeah.
And Rod and I, there's no two people that know this state better than Rod and I anyway.
We used to travel all over.
Yeah, so we know where all the hipster places are. So we signed up last night, and we're going to focus primarily at first on Salt Lake and up to Park City. Now, Park City is where Robert Redford has his film festival every year. You know, and if you want to go up there and hobnob with the movie stars, we could probably put that in one of our reviews.
Yeah.
And we can include. So anyway, we signed up. That's how excited we are about this. We're gonna try to be some cousins here in Utah. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, so we could do two things at once. That's why I was thinking about it. We could be the cousins, and while we're being the cousins, we could study. Before we become helping somebody, we'll go out and go to Robert Redford and interview him and interview all the stars that go down there for the. Oh man, yeah, we'll get it going, and then we can do these YouTube videos while we're out and about, showing people these different spots, see if they want to go to them. Well, that'd be cool, huh?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Last night we were kind of kicking this around, and we got laughing so hard last night. We said, "Yeah, we could have we'll review all the restaurants and places that give senior citizen discounts."
Yeah, that's right.
Or the hotels where you can check in early and take a nap before dinner.
Yeah, and we want hotels. We want hotels that have everything quiet after 9.
That's right. No kids running around the hallways. Anyway,
and all you seniors sign up for us. For Ron and I.
Well, we had a lot of fun talking about this before we signed up. So anyway, folks, it's back to the website. So what you do is you can put your city in there, and like I say, even though they've been going 2 years and they have 75 to 100 cities already, this thing's just on the brink of really expanding. So they don't have and what we did is we put Salt Lake City, Utah in there, and there was nothing. No representation, no cousins yet. That's why Rod and we got talking about it. Let's sign up. But anyway, so here on their page, if you want to go to New York, and so on, and there might be more than one cousin in each area. So what you do is you can kind of review what that cousin's all about, and if they kind of fit your criteria or whatever, you can pick which one you want out of that local area. Now, Rod, think about this. If you wanted to go to, let's say, Salt Lake, and you're coming in from New York, never been there, I mean, you can get online and go through all that mumbo jumbo, or you can call your cousin and say, "Hey, I'm going to need a hotel. I'm going to this convention or whatever." To have that firsthand local experience, somebody that knows the area, knows the market and the restaurants and the festivals and all that, wouldn't that be a huge benefit to get a hold of them?
It would be. It'd be awesome.
So that's what you kind of do. You pick out the cousin you want. They'll probably have a map showing kind of their pics and of the area, so you can get their map probably emailed to you, and then you can message them. And now not every cousin is going to be a full-time cousin, but you can send these people messages and say, "Hey, I'm coming in for this convention. Is there anything that we ought to see while we have this day off or something?" Yeah. And these cousins can work up, Rod, to be not a full-time, but they can work up to be like a travel agent.
Yeah.
They're trying to get the platform together where they can maybe book your hotel for you, or restaurant reservations, or look at flights, and of course they'll all be compensated. And this is another reason that Cool Cousin went to blockchain technology. They want to reward their cousins through tokens.
Yeah.
So it's not free anymore, or that's the way they're headed. So if we're cousins and we maybe help somebody find a bed and breakfast they want to stay at, I mean, there's compensation through the tokens that Cool Cousin has set up, and the call letters for it is CUZ, cuz.
Oh,
that's their token.
Cool, cuz. Oh.
So
I can start calling you cuz. Hey, cuz.
Hey, cuz. That's right. So it kind of accomplishes two things going with the crypto. One is they want to reward their cousins so they have more participation. And there's a whole list of things you can do within this platform that you can earn you cuz tokens. I kind of make, you can create listings, as we talked about. The restaurants that you prefer and think that there's something really cool there, or tourist sites or whatever. So anytime you write a review up and put it on your page, you're rewarded in cuz tokens for that. And if you help somebody, they're going to have to get tokens to benefit you, to use your service.
Yes.
Now, we might not want to be full-time travel agents, or we're booking hotels and all that, but there is that potential, which does what? It gives you the potential, Rod, of maybe making a little income on this.
Yeah. Well, and some of these cousins that they already got on the signed up are like marketing, they're digital marketing. They're also into other they got full-time jobs during the day, but at night they go around and they can help you. They'd like to do exploring, and they like to go out and do their thing.
Well, that's what's so cool. So if you're interested in the travel industry and you want to get involved in your city or whatever, you could do this part-time. And that's what Rod and I are thinking. This would be a cool little thing to do.
Yeah.
So let me just go over. I wrote a couple notes on this, Rod. So
okay.
You got the locals, which is the cousins. They can function as a travel agent for tokens, and that would be under a smart contract. If you had them do any reservations at hotels, the money'd be put in the contract. So anyway, it's all secure and safe. And then they got the users, and then they have editors. Editors can make tokens just by looking at a review or something that's going to put on a page. I guess they have to have that kind of stuff inspected, kind of like a second opinion. Yeah, that's good knowledge and all. They have a board of representatives, so you'll have voting power. What they're trying to do, there's actually two entities in this platform, Rod. There's the actual company itself, Cool Cousin. Right. And they're going to take care of like the tools that the individual cousins would need to operate their platform, their individual pages. They would take care of the marketing and some of that. And then the other entity is the community, the cousins themselves. And they want to eventually have most of this adopt into the community. So it's kind of self-governing type thing. So if you wrote an article or an ad, now this is just the way I understand this, folks, reading through the white paper.
Okay.
I might be all full of it, and I'm sure somebody will point it out if we are. So if somebody wrote up a piece on a certain restaurant, well, I might be an editor, so I'm going to review Rod's write-up and say, yeah, it's very cool, and I'll get a little kickback for doing that. But then,
maybe you'll even go to the restaurant and try it and see if it's any good.
If I'm part of that area, you bet.
Oh, I think I'll go eat, yeah. And then you'll go in there to the manager and say, I'm writing a edit thing up here. Oh, I'm getting off track. Never mind. Sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
Well, you're good. Hey, let's look at this other site they got. Now, and what I wanted to show you on here, it's a growing company. They have a lot of reviews about them already because they've been out 2 years doing this. They were voted or something as the top travel app in 2017, and that was just, they've only been getting going a little bit. So, folks, maybe the best way to go about this is let's actually show you an example of how one of these cousins would work. So you go onto the website here, and if you scroll down, of course, you can see. So let's pick this Ronnie. And like Rod was just saying, it looks like she's a consultant at Google. So we clicked on her as our guide, and this, you can get to know her a little better about her profile here. So it kind of tells about her and her working at Google and so on. Gives you a little question and answers deal. And then up here, there's her map. So if you click on the maps, and of course we're looking at Dublin right now because that's where she was, and here she is. Here's some other cousins that are in Dublin.
Oh.
Yes.
There's quite a few, huh?
Yep, there is. So her city guide, and of course she's got 10 restaurants. She's talked about 3 coffee houses, 5 cultural experience, so on. So you can actually, well, maybe I can't because we're not officially on there. So that's the map, and then up here is messages. So again, if we find Ronnie, we can actually send her a message, say, we want you to be our tour guide, would you help us do this, or we want your map of where these eateries and stuff are, and we're going to send you Cuz tokens as compensation. Now folks, as these Cuz tokens build up in your wallet, and they're going to open exchanges, so if you don't use them on the site, you can always go liquidate those on an exchange and turn them into whatever currency you want, or even fiat, through that. So it could be some passive income on this. Now anytime there's money spent for Cuz tokens, and I hope I'm saying this right, I thought I read in the white paper, Rod, where half of that fee goes to the company to help with them, and the other half goes to the cousin people that are doing the write-ups and all that. Does that make sense?
I thought it was 33%, wasn't it?
No, you're thinking of something else. There's actually a half and half split between those fees.
Oh, okay.
So, folks, if you're back on the website, right here, introducing the Cool Cousin token. This is kind of where and this takes us over to that other site. I kept thinking there were 2 separate sites, but they're not. They're one and the same. That just takes you to this part here.
Okay.
And so, Rod, I think the best way to firm this up and to show them a couple more cool things is let's go right into the white paper if we're all right. And I've got that pulled up, folks, and I'm just going to zip through kind of quick, and Rod can close his eyes if he gets all dizzy and that stuff. But I'm going to zip through a couple pages. We're going to go to page 9 and 10, Rod. This is kind of what the app looks like on the phone. So once you download the app, and I don't know if the Android part is still coming or if they just have Apple right now. I think I read that, but I better not quote that. But you kind of put where you're traveling to, and it'll pull up, like I say, the various cousins that are there, and you can look at their profiles. See, choose a destination, browse our community, filter the bio agent photos of the various cousins, and then you can go into their maps and their logistics of where they suggest to eat and stuff and all that. Then I want to go down to page 23, Rod. I don't know if you're following along or not.
Yeah.
Okay, here, and folks, this white paper is really detailed. It's fun to go through. There's a lot more in there than we're kind of highlighting. We're just kind of giving you a quick synopsis. So, and here's the company. Like I said, there's 2 entities in this. The company facilitates the growth and sustainability of Cool Cousin, overseeing the marketing, product development, and so on. The community is an autonomous ecosystem consisting of cousins, travelers, and other participants, as detailed below. So each of these responsibilities and stuff are kind of detailed and what they're over and how they get compensated. See, there's cousins, pro cousins, users, contributors, editors, board of representatives, business owners, and they even talk about city and governments can participate on this app, Rod, if they want to
look at there.
Highlight their festivals and their conventions and so on. But this talks about the community governance. Then I want to go down to page 31.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool information here, folks. Of course, this kind of shows your, it kind of ties in with the wallet. This is 31 here. This is 31 here.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can, and I'd have to go back and see how this works again, but so let's say, if there's a table booked, you can confirm the reservation if your cousin helps you with that, or an Uber pickup at the airport. And anytime one of these functions are used, the cousin gets a little spiff for it, some cuz tokens. And again, they can build those up and use them on the platform or take them to the market. They talk about business. Oh, this is municipality. This is the cities and stuff here in government. Apps they can put on there. They can talk about, like I said, their festivities, promotions, all that. I mean, this app is just full of stuff.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And then I think I wanted, for the last couple folks, I hope I'm not dragging this on too long.
Nah.
You really need to go through this. Sorry. Close your eyes, Rod.
Okay.
There's the roadmap, folks. It's all in here. Okay, here's the use of the proceeds. And they're presently in ICO right now, I think. You can go and on the website, you can sign up for the white list. It is available for United States citizens. And some of the things I really liked about where they're going and what they're going to use this stuff for, the funds. Of course, we talked about that. But the allocation here, out of the 300 million units, 33% of them are going to the ICO. And they're putting a lot of them back in reserve because they're going to need them to reward their cousins until the platform gets up and self-sustaining.
Right.
10% goes to the team, but here's what I like. Founders and current employees will have a minimum lockup period of 2 years. So they're not trying to just get rich quick on this platform. The advisors, their lockup's 9 months. Here's the ICO details, folks. It's presently going on right now. For one whole ETH, you get 3,770 cuz. You can come in for a minimum of a tenth of Ethereum.
Wow.
And they have a bonus thing going on right now. Here's the pre-sale bonus. You get 20% bonus if you come in under 10 Ethereum. So actually you're going to get, I think, a rate of 4,500 for a full Ethereum. Vesting month, third month. Well, you're going to have to go and read about that, Rod. This caught me off guard now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry. But folks, talk about having somebody
probably have to be in there for 3 months. Vesting means you have to be in it for 3 months before you get that.
Oh, to get the 20% bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Only bonuses are vested in the public presale. Public presale dates will be announced soon. And I think over on the main webpage it says it's going on now.
Yeah, it does.
But to have somebody boots on the ground in the city you want to go to help you with real, spots to go to and eateries and hotels and all that. I mean, I could really see this thing going, Rod.
I could too.
Like I said,
this is exciting.
It is. They're putting, like we said, they're putting a new city on every 3 or 4 days. There's a bunch of cousins in the waiting room. I think I read somewhere it was about 4,000 of them waiting to be put on. And so, yeah. Folks, take the time, look this over. Rod and I like it. We're gonna get into this. We signed up, and hopefully they'll accept us.
We signed up Utah and Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
So, we're ready to rock and roll. We're one of the ones waiting in the wings to get on.
Okay, I think that's it. Check it out, folks. We've probably been on long enough for you.
Yeah. Be sure and give us a thumbs up. Appreciate all your comments, and God bless.